karuna kahundijana Nitai Gaura Chanda That's too low. Okay. Parama karuna kahundijana Nitai Gaura Chanda Parama karuna kahundijana Nitai Gaura Chanda Sabavatar Sarvashiromi Kevalaya Nanda Kanda Sabavatar Sarvashiromi Kevalaya Nanda Kanda Sabavatar Sarvashiromi Kevalaya Nanda Kanda Kevalaya Nanda Kanda Kevalaya Kevalaya Nanda Kanda Bhaja Bhaja Bhai Chaitanya Nitai Sudrida Vishvasa Kori Bhaja 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 Bhai Chaitanya Nitai Sudrida Vishvasa Kori Bhaja Bhaja Bhai Dishaya Chariya Sera se Majiya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari Dishaya Chariya Sera se Majiya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari Dishaya Chariya Sera se Majiya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari Dishaya Deke bolo Hari Hari. Deke ore bhai Tribhuvane na Amona Dayala Data. Deke hare bhai Tribhuvane nai Amona Dayala Data. Pashupakhi chure Pashana vidare Shuni jara Gunagata.
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 Shuni jara Gunagata. Sansare Majiya Rohini Padya Shekara Nahilo Asha. Sansare Majiya Rohini Padya Shera Pade Nahilo Asha. Apana karma bunjaye shamana Kohoye dochana dasa.
Apana karma bunjaye shamana Kohoye dochana dasa.
Apana karma bunjaye shamana Kohoye Lochana dasa.
Apana karma bunjaye shamana Kohoye dochana dasa.
Kohoye Lochana dasa. Kohoye Lochana dasa. Padama Karuna Pahundi Jana Nitai Gaura Chanda. Padma Karuna Pahundi Jana Nitai Gaura Chanda. Shabhamatara Sarashiromani Kevalayananda Kanda Sarashiromani Kevalayananda Kanda Kevalayananda Kanda Kevalayananda Kanda Hare Hare Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Hare Hare Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namah Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namah Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namah Gopal, Govinda Ram, Shri Madhusudan. 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 Giridhari Gopina, Madana Moha. Giridhari Gopinath Madana Moha Giridhari Gopinath Madana Moha Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita Hare Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita 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 Shri Rup Shri Sanatan Bhatta Raguna Shri Sanatan Bhatta Raguna Shri Jiva Gopala Dasa Bhatta Raguna Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raguna Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raguna Hare Hare Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Hare Hare Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Gaura Hari Bo, Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Gaura Hari Bo. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana ki jai, Shri Vrindavan Dhama ki jai, Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dhama ki jai, Jai Antardvip Mayapur Simantadvip Godrumadvip Madhyadvip Koladvip Ritadvip Janadvip Modadrumadvip Rudradvip Atmaka Shri Navadvip Dhama ki jai, Ganga Mai ki jai, Yamuna Mai ki jai, Tulasi Maharani ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Zagreb Yatra ki jai, Privatsky Yatra ki jai, Gaur Premanande. Om Jnanatirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Shaditam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sampadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Samadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalitam Shri Vishakhanvitam Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prachaline Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Vishatarine Mancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Dinabandhu Jagatpate, Gopesha, Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namaste. Tapta Kanchana Gaurani, Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, Vishabhanu Sute Devi, Pranamami Hari. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vasari Gaurani. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Shri Shri Gaura Nitai ki jai. Nice to see all of you here today on this happy occasion of commemorating the appearance of Shri Shri Gaura Nitai. How many years ago? 30 years ago. Who was here 30 years ago? We're showing our age. Who was not here 30 years ago? All glories to our next generation. Who is going to be here 30 years from now? I'm not going to be here. Guaranteed. I think my first order of business is to thank all devotees of the Zagreb, first of the immediate temple, of the Zagreb Yatra, of the Croatian Yatra, for service to Shri Shri Gaura Nitai over these last 30 years. Some years ago, I won't say how many, I spent some time in Vrindavan studying the Radharaman temple, researching. I stayed there for some weeks. And one thing that struck me was that the Radharaman temple, similar to so many other temples in Vrindavan, has been going on. At that time it was around 460 years. Yeah, 460 years. That means, every day, 7 days a week, non-stop, serving Shri Radharaman. And so I think that puts a little bit in perspective our mission by the immeasurable mercy of Srila Prabhupada bringing Shri Gaura Nitai to the West. We're still very young. And I like to hope that in the last 30 years, we've already made all the mistakes. Whatever mistakes we've made, they've already been made, and now we're all very wise, and we won't make any more mistakes, and we'll have wonderful, expanding Krishna consciousness movement with lots of super blissful devotees everywhere. No more roofs blowing off. No more floors it got flooded or something. What was it? Flooded and more than once. Yeah, so that's enough, right? We don't need the roof to blow off 2 more times. 2 times already? Maybe we don't need a 3rd time. Yeah. So, we like to look into a bright future, isn't it? And Shri Gaura Nitai, they've been so kind. They kindly appeared 30 years ago, and with their arms in the air, dancing like this. I like to ask devotees, we asked in Warsaw, why do they have their hands in the air? Anyone?
Giving blessings.
Giving blessings, okay. They're dancing. Jeev Jago. Huh? They're saying, I surrender. I surrender to you, devotees, who are going to be serving me all this time for the next 30 years. What do you think, Nityananda Prabhu? Yeah, let's surrender. No, actually, I think the main thing is they're dancing. They're dancing the Gaura Nitai step. Yeah, let's go back in history a little bit, or a lot, before our time. Who were the first Gaura Nitai deities of the original Hare Krishna movement? Anyone know? Well, there's Gaura Gadadhar, but I'm asking about Gaura Nitai. Nityananda and Gauranga, but the first deities, Murti. Gauridas Pandit had deities made of Gaura Nitai while Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu were personally present in his presence. They were posing for him, wasn't it? While he carved That's what we're told. Imagine. And then when he was finished with making the deities and dressing them and installing them, because he didn't want Lord Chaitanya Nityananda to leave his home. There was a problem. The problem was they had to go on their way, and he said, no, you can't go, you have to stay. And they said, okay, we'll stay in a deity form. Oh, okay, so he made deities. I'm just summarizing. He made the deities, and they were installed, we can say. Gaura Nitai personally were there for the installation. Yeah. I don't think there's mention of a fire yagya. In any case, so then there they were, but then there became something of a confusion because the Gaura Nitai deities then started to leave, and the original Chaitanya Nityananda stayed. And then, wait a minute, that's not right. Which ones are the real ones? This was the issue. Will the real Lord Chaitanya please stand up? So there was some shuffling back and forth of Gaura Nitai and Gaura Nitai. So these are the original Gaura Nitai deities. In our society, in ISKCON, I wanted to find out, did we find out first Gaura Nitai deities installed by Srila Prabhupada? Didn't find out. My guess is the Gaura Nitai deities in Los Angeles, but that could be corrected. I do know that the Radha Damodar traveling bus party, at one time they had like full-length buses. How many? 4 or 6? 4. They had 4 full-length buses, and they had Radha Damodar, who are now in Gita Nagari. I was fortunate to be there this last year for 3 weeks. Very special deities, Radha Damodar. But Prabhupada came and they installed 4 sets, I believe. No, more than that. A lot of sets of Gaura Nitai. But I'm kind of jumping back and forth because I'm just remembering, I believe, at the Ksetra festival, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, that Narottam Das Thakur and Shamananda, and they had this festival. Janava Devi was there. Big festival. First Gaur Purnima festival. Some 50 years after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu departed, big festival, and they installed several deities, and I think they installed Gaura Nitai deities as well. In any case, Srila Prabhupada installed many Gaura Nitai deities, and this was somewhat different from his spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who favored installing Radha, Krishna, Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So you'll see in many temples of the Gaudiya Mats, there will be Radha Krishna and Gauranga, because Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada, wanted to emphasize that Radha and Krishna, and that Gauranga is Radha and Krishna. Radha and Krishna are Gauranga Mahaprabhu. There's non-difference. So to demonstrate that, he installed. Srila Prabhupada installed also in Kolkata Radha, Krishna, and Gauranga, Radha Govinda and Gauranga. Whether he installed Radha, Krishna, Gauranga elsewhere, well, in Mayapur originally, Radha, Madhava, and Gauranga, yes. And, but otherwise, he seemed to favor Gaur Nitai in Krishna Balaram Mandir in Vrindavan. He installed, of course, Krishna Balaram and Radha Shyama Sundar and Gaur Nitai. And he specifically wanted to emphasize, he wanted to show that Krishna and Balaram are non-different from Gauranga Nityananda. Gauranga and Nityananda are non-different from Krishna and Balaram. And so that demonstration, you could say, is there in Krishna Balaram Mandir. But everywhere else, to my knowledge, he also installed Panchatattva. Was he personally present in Hawaii? And in any case, Panchatattva deities appeared, and but mainly Gaur Nitai, Chaitanya and Nityananda. Why, we may ask?
Because they are so merciful.
Say again?
They are so merciful.
She's saying this in a very grave voice, because they are so merciful. Yes, the combination of them. One is merciful. One is not merciful enough. The other is the combination. In any case, the combination of them. We could say they are the leaders of the Sankirtan movement. And so it's Gaur Nitai whose business it is to give, we hear this word a lot, mercy, to give mercy to the least deserving. That means, well, that's me for one. I don't know about you. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, before he was known as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and where am I here? And after he returned to Navadvip from Gaya, he began having kirtans in the house, in the Angam of Srivas Thakur. So he used to go there, it seems kind of every evening they would go. It seems that one time Mahaprabhu went there together with Nityananda Prabhu, and devotees immediately, when he came, devotees immediately sensed there's something special about Mahaprabhu's mood today. And he didn't say anything, and they didn't say anything, but they understood today something special is going to happen, and we need to have kirtan. And so they started kirtan, and Mahaprabhu was relishing the kirtan and dancing, and then at one point he did something which, it wasn't the first time he did it, but it was different. And what was that? He sat down on the place of Vishnu. Now this is for me a little mysterious. I haven't heard any explanation of this, but it seems that in Vaishnavas' homes, they would have an asana for the Lord to be, but they would not have a deity of the Lord there. It was just a plain asana. Yeah, that's another subject, why that is or how that works, what's the concept. But in any case, sometimes Mahaprabhu would, he'd be dancing and then he would sort of kind of lose his balance maybe and sort of stumble onto the seat of Vishnu for a moment. But then he would rise up again and they would continue the kirtan dancing. This time, he sat very purposefully on the asana of Vishnu, on the platform. And all the devotees understood, oh, now this is something special. Something's going on here. And they could understand what's going on is that now Mahaprabhu is in the mood of Vishnu. He is in the mood of the Lord himself. Generally, he's in the mood of being a devotee of the Lord. And devotees are worshipping Vishnu. Now he's Vishnu. What? Okay. Well, if he's Vishnu, then we have to properly worship him. And so they did. And he would command them. He would say, Abhishek. And so they would immediately run to the Ganga with pots. And Vrindavandas Thakur says that they got not just a few pots, they got thousands of pots. And they brought them full of water and they bathed. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and of course they had kirtan while this was going on. And they bathed him, and they bathed him, and they bathed him. And eventually, they stopped pouring water. And they dried him. And then they offered nice dress, fresh. Somehow they seem to have been prepared. We always take a few days to prepare. They were immediately prepared. They dressed him, they had garlands, they had sandalwood paste, everything. And then they offered 16 upachars, everything very nicely. I forgot to mention, while they were bathing him, they were also chanting what is referred to as the Abhishek mantras by Vrindavan Das, namely the Purusha Sukta. Sahasra Shirsha Purusha Sahasra Cha Sahasra Pada Sabumim Vishvato Vritva Atyatishtatta Shangulam Purusha Evedagam Sarvam Yadabhuta Yachabhavyam Utamritatvaseshana Yadanena Tirohati, etc. I won't bore you with the whole thing. But imagine Lord Chaitanya is being bathed and he is hearing this very famous hymn from the Rig Veda. And then they dry him, they dress him, and they offer 16 items, and they offer him a feast. And it seems that they were going on offering various upachars to him and worshiping him all day long and all night long, and for 21 hours. Shata Pahariya Maha Darshana. He was giving darshana to the devotees as the Supreme Lord. And he was also speaking with the devotees, and he was saying interesting things. Now remember, where are they? Where is this happening? It's happening in the home of Srivas Thakur. So at one point, Mahaprabhu says, Srivas, you remember the time before I was born? He implies it's before Lord Chaitanya appeared, because Srivas Thakur is much older than Mahaprabhu. Remember the time that you were at the place of, what's his name, Devananda Pandit. Yes, Devananda? Right, Devananda Pandit. You were at the place of Devananda Pandit, and Devananda was speaking Bhagavatam, and you collapsed, overwhelmed with ecstasy. There's different versions of this. One is that he fell off of a balcony. In any case, he collapsed, and the devotees considered him to be a disturbance, because the Pandit was speaking very learnedly, and here is this crazy man who is collapsing as he's hearing Krishna Leela. So what do? They pick him up and they carry him out. They throw him out. And so he kind of picks himself up and he goes back home. And Mahaprabhu says, do you remember that time? So at that time, he says, I appeared in your heart. I came down from Vaikuntha, and I manifest in your heart to reassure you. Do you remember? So Mahaprabhu was appearing before he was appearing. Another such episode, he calls another devotee named Gangadas. He says, Gangadas, you remember that time when you were running away from the king, the Nawab? He doesn't explain what exactly the problem was, but he was running away with his family. He was afraid, apparently, that he was going to be taken from his family. So he ran to the Ganga and he wanted to cross the Ganga, but there were no boats. And he was desperate. And in his desperation, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard his desperation from Vaikuntha, and he descended, this time in the form of a boatsman with a boat. And he suddenly pulls up and says, yes, you want to ride? Yes, take me. So he says, remember? That was me. That boatman, that was me. And Gangadas, when he hears this, he faints. And the third devotee that Vrindavan Das refers to, that Mahaprabhu calls, is Kolavecha Sridhar. Kolavecha Sridhar was not present when all of this was going on. So he told some devotees, go get Sridhar. So they went looking for Sridhar, and they were calling as they were going, Sridhar, Sridhar, and they were chanting, Gauranga, Gauranga. And Sridhar heard them from a distance calling Gauranga, and he said, Gauranga! And he came running to them, and they said, please come with us. He wants to see you. And so they meet, and this is when Mahaprabhu remembers with Srivas how, as a young boy apparently, he's always fighting with Sridhar. Sridhar is a kola vecha, a seller of kola, of bananas and banana leaves and, I don't know, banana cups and banana trunk. There's lots of things you can do with bananas. And you can make sabji out of the inner part of the trunk, and you can make sabji from the flour, and so on. So he's selling that, and young Nitai comes along and he says, "Give me that." "Yeah, I'll give you when you pay for it." "No, give it to me." "What do you mean, give it to you?" "You have to pay for it." So they would fight back and forth, and of course Mahaprabhu always won the fight. He would just take, and Sridhar, he was angry blissful. Angry blissful. What is that? Have you ever been angry blissful? Usually it's either angry or blissful, right? Sridhar was angry blissful. Yeah, so he's remembering all of this, and as he's remembering, Mahaprabhu says, "I want to bless you." I want to read some of this. First, let's chant together some of the prayers that the devotees were chanting. Jaya 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 Sarva Jagateranat Tapta Jagatere Kora Shubha Drishtipat. All glories to the Lord of all universes. No, that's all right. Please glance mercifully on the living entities who are afflicted with the threefold material miseries. Tapta Jagatere Goro Shubha Drishtipat. Give your Shubha Drishti to the Tapta Jagat, the whole world which is burning. Have you noticed the world is burning? It seems like it's burning more and more, isn't it? Yeah. Jaya, Jaya Adi Hetu. Jaya Janaka Shobhara. Jaya Jaya Sankirtan. Aramba Avatar. All glories to the original cause. And Father of everyone. All glories to the Lord. Who has incarnated to inaugurate the Sankirtan movement. Jaya Jaya Veda Dharma. Sadhu Janatrana. Jaya Jaya Abrama. Stamber Mula Pran. All glories to the protector of Vedic principles. And saintly persons. All glories to the Lord. Who gives life to everyone. From Brahma to the unmoving living entities. So like this, the devotees were praying to the Lord Shiva's, Sridhar in particular. One moment. Yeah, let me back up. The Lord says, Utto Sridhar Prabhur Agya Hoila Prabhu Bhakke Sridhar She Chaitanya Paila. The Lord ordered, get up, Sridhar. Sridhar then regained consciousness by the words of the Lord. So Sridhar has fallen unconscious because he's just had a special darshan of Mahaprabhu as Krishna. Because Mahaprabhu is so pleased with Sridhar, he is showing him his actual identity, his other actual identity as Krishna. And when he sees that, Sridhar faints. What would you do if Krishna just appeared before you? You might faint. And then Mahaprabhu says to Sridhar, Amare, it's too small, I can't read it. Sridhar, Amare Korostuti.
Offer prayers to me.
Yeah, offer prayers, come on. We can't do that. Lord Chaitanya can do that. Sridhar Balaye, Prabhu Mui Mudamati. I'm a fool. How can I offer prayers? I don't know anything. I have no ability to offer any prayers. And then Mahaprabhu says, Tor Bhakyo Matro Mora Stuti. He says, your words alone are prayers to me. And it's interesting that he uses the word Torah. Torah is the extra familiar form of you or yours. So there's three levels in Bengali of respect. And this is the lowest. But it's the most intimate. So he's encouraging him like this. Prabhur Agyai Jaganmata Saraswati Praveshila Jihvai Sridhar Kore Stuti. By the order of the Lord, Saraswati, the mother of the universe, appeared on Sridhar's tongue, and Sridhar began to offer prayers. Do you want to hear one of his prayers? No? Yes. Okay. Okay, here's Prabhu Bole. No, that's still Mahaprabhu speaking. Oh yes, that's interesting. The Lord says, Sridhar, Deko, Rupamor, Ashta Siddhi Dan, Aji Kori, Denator. Oh Sridhar, look at my form. Today I will award you the 8 mystic perfections. Ha. Yeah. Mata Tuli Chahe Mahapurusha Sridhar Tamala Shyamala Deki She Vishwambar. The exalted Sridhar raised his head and saw that Vishwambar was blackish like a tamal tree. So, where are his prayers? This is describing Mahaprabhu in his wonderful forms. He sees the Lord is not alone. So many devotees are there. And he says again, Utto Sridhar. Prabhu Ranga Koila, Prabhu Bakye Sridhar Se Chaitanya Paila. Okay, he's just gotten up after being unconscious. I'm trying to find his prayers. Here we are. Jaya Jaya Mahaprabhu, Jaya Vishwambar, Jaya 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 Navadvipa Purandar. That we can chant. Okay. Jaya Jaya Mahaprabhu, Jaya Jaya Mahaprabhu, Jaya Vishwambar, Jaya Vishwambar, Jaya Jaya Jaya, Jaya Jaya Jaya, Navadvipa Purandar. Navadvipa Purandar. Seems like they chant a lot of Jaya Jaya Jaya. What means Jaya? Huh? Glory. What else does it mean? Victory, yes. Jaya Jaya Ananta. Brahmanda Kotinat. Jaya Jaya Shachi. Punyavati Garbhojat. All glories to the Lord of innumerable universes. All glories to He who was born from the womb of the pious Mother Shachi. Okay, one more. Jaya Jaya Veda Gopya. Jaya Dijaraj. Yuge Juge Dharma. Hala Korina Nana Saj. All glories to the Lord, who is unknown to the Veda. All glories to the best of the Brahmanas. You assume various forms in every age to protect religious principles. So what's the religious principle that Mahaprabhu in particular protects in this age? This we might ask. Again, very gravely we hear, to chant the Maha Mantra. Yes. It is a grave truth, isn't it? Yes. So, to chant the Maha Mantra, which is Madhuram Madhurebhyopi, Mangalebhyopi Mangalam, Pavanam Pavanebhyopi, Harinam Eva Kevalam. Very good. You know. Madhuram Madhurebhyopi, Mangalebhyopi, Mangalam, Pavanam, Pavanebhyopi, Madhuram, Madhurebhyopi, Mangalebhyopi, Mangalam, Pavanam, Pavanebhyopi, Jai. We got it. So this holy name of the Lord is Madhuram. It's very sweet. It's Mangala. It's auspicious. It's Pavana. It's purifying. And it's Harinam Eva Kevalam. Only the holy name is all of this. What's our schedule now? How are they doing? Prasadam. She said this in a very grave voice also.
We are supposed now to have at 3 o'clock production, 3:05 something like that.
They're ready.
They are ready, and I
Okay.
also would like to
Say something.
Yeah, to promote your book
Oh.
of the Vyasa, of course.
Okay. I'll just say a few more words. To this occasion of Gaura Nitai's appearance 30 years ago, the time flies. 30 years ago, come on. Feels like it was just yesterday. But I wanted to share with you a thought or two from the late His Holiness Kadamba Kanana Swami on this occasion in this regard of Gaura Nitai. He is emphasizing, for one thing, that we can pray to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we can pray to Nityananda Prabhu for eligibility. You know this word, eligible, to be eligible, qualified, to be eligible for what? To escape the illusory energy. Anybody want to stay in the illusory energy? You can stay here if you want. Illusory energy has its moments of pleasure. No? Yes? No? Oh, you want to stay. Okay. No. Then what should we do? I don't know. Gaura Nitai, they're not actually like this, they're like this. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. More seriously, Kadamba Kanana Maharaj makes this point that it's very good for us to think about, to reflect about, to understand what it is that we are all a part of. We are part of something big, something bigger than what we see. We're part of what Srila Prabhupada very often called the Hare Krishna movement. The sociologists speak of social movements. This is the Hare Krishna movement. It's a social movement, it's a psychological movement, it's a political movement, but it's a transcendental movement. So we may not see so visibly, but it's moving hearts. And we should understand there's a rhyme there somewhere. There's hearts and there's parts. We're all parts in our hearts of this Hare Krishna movement. It's good to feel that we are in this movement. And if we have this feeling, then we can realize something which Srila Rupa Goswami explains in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and that is one of the qualities of pure devotional service, and that is Sri Krishna Karshini. Bhakti is Sri Krishna Karshini. Krishna, the word, means attractive, one who is attractive. And it's related to Karshana, which means to attract. And one who engages in pure devotional service can be Sri Krishna Karshini, can attract Krishna. So we have somehow or other, maybe despite ourselves, but still with all the best intentions, been successful in attracting Sri Sri Gaura Nitai to come and to receive our service. Now, the question is, can we, for the next 30 years, can we? We're getting a very confident response now. Yes, we can. Yes? That didn't sound very convincing. Only about 3 of you said, yes, we can, and the rest you sort of said, well, I don't know if I have time. I don't know if I have time. I'm very busy, you know. And I mean, 30 years ago, I didn't have a family. Now I have a family. Come on, what do you expect me to do? Now I'm so busy with my family. Yes, now you have a family. You can bring the whole family to serve. Shri Shri Gaura Nitai. And Gaura Nitai are very simple to serve. Isn't it? No. That's debatable, huh? Kadamba Kanana Maharaj also spoke of Nityananda Prabhu. He used the expression, in English we have a word tap, which is actually the British word. In America we say faucet, water faucet, you turn on, turn off the water. In England they say tap. So he spoke of the Nityananda's mercy tap. It's a tap of mercy. So instead of water, it's mercy that's flowing out. So would you like to be under that tap after opening it? So Kadamba Kanana Maharaj makes this point. He says it flows to the undeserving, the ineligible. But how much more he responds to those who positively respond to him. So what does that mean, positively respond? That means acknowledging, he's here. Nityananda is here. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They're both here. They're dancing together. We can respond to them, and then we can really get the shower of their mercy. Okay. As we think of how we can respond to the Lord, again, Kadamba Kanana Maharaj makes this point. Each and every one of us have something specific that we can contribute, something that's uniquely from ourselves. Each of us have a unique contribution that we can make. So he suggests, and he spoke about himself in this regard, he said, I used to think how to live in Krishna consciousness. I used to think like that, he said. But he said, but now I ask myself the question, how can I make a contribution to the Krishna consciousness movement? And by changing that thinking, how can I live in Krishna consciousness? How can I contribute? He said, everything became so nice. He could feel immediately the mercy of their lordships, Shri Shri Gaura Nitai. What do you think? Is this something we can do also? Or is this only for elevated souls like Kadamba Kanana Swami?
This is a question for all of us.
It's very good response. Thank you.
I have one answer.
You have one answer?
Yes.
Only? All right.
I think, excuse me for interruption, may I say the answer?
We'll see.
The answer is just have faith in holy name and Krishna and in bhakti yoga.
Okay. Harinama, 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 Eva Kevalam, Kalo Nastyeva, Nastyeva, Nastyeva. What? What? Can't hear you. What? I still can't hear. 1, 2, 3. Jai. Shri Gaura Nitai ki. Zagreb Yatra ki. Hrivatsky Yatra ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnavarinda ki. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much, and I wish you a wonderful next 30 years.